what kind of goals should we set? Let's think. What do I want to do? Improve Japanese is a huge one. That's a huge one. I gotta do that. Improve Japanese. I need to improve Japanese. More covers. That's a really good one. More covers. Oh my god. I remember when we were trainees, I was like, I'm gonna do a cover every month. He has no idea. Does he know? I want to do some solo covers. I want to do some duets. Maybe a couple group covers would be nice. I want more covers. More music. The reason I didn't end up doing it is because I completely replaced it with karaoke. I did not recognize at the time that you can't really have your cake and eat it too very easily. It's very difficult to have both. And I just love karaoke so much, so I was content to just do karaoke every other week instead of dropping covers. I'll see if I can do more covers, maybe less karaoke this year. Less karaoke, more covers would be nice. Here, I'll adjust the wording of this. Covers greater than karaoke. How about that? That's more realistic than just saying more covers. That is attainable. All right, what else can we do? Maybe suggestions for non-content related. Is there anything I want to accomplish in my personal life that I haven't thought about? Moving to Japan, not so much a resolution as much as a plan. So I'd rather avoid listing that one. That is something I plan to do. I don't know about setting it as a resolution. I think resolutions are more like things to work towards rather than active plans. It's like a goal. Not quite wishful thinking, but like usually something you hope to change or improve about your life or about your work or whatever is my idea, my understanding. I'd prefer to avoid listing single event milestones rather than a past, like an active long-term change. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for active long-term habitual changes for resolutions. I think those are a bit more realistic than like a single, I want to do this thing one time is the kind of resolution I'm looking for. Maybe I should set a resolution to watch new things. I watched 3 new things this year. I would love to watch more new things. Watch more movies is what I'll say. Movies are more attainable than anime for me. It's like a one-time commitment. I can sit down and watch a movie. Yeah, I want to watch more movies. Not necessarily on stream. Personally, I don't know if this is disappointing. For watch-alongs, I prefer to watch things that I've already seen. Because for me, a watch-along, more than experiencing it together, it's more about sharing something that I really love with you. So for me, it is not as compatible to do a watch-along of something I've never seen before. Because that's not what it personally means to me, you know? Do I have any bad habits? Have you noticed any in me? I wonder. We spent a lot of time together. I wonder if you've picked up on any of my nasty habits. Do I have any still? Sleep. Oh man, should that be my big health goal of the year? My sleeping schedule has been very inconsistent. That's true. In that case, since it's a health improvement issue, we're gonna do that at number 1 as my number 1 resolution for this year. Sleep more consistently. And I agree because, you know, sleep is super important. Sleep determines how well you're going to do basically everything. Sleep impacts your dietary health. It impacts your vocal health. It impacts everything. Sleep is like first thing you have to do right. And I'm not doing it right. So it kind of sets me up for failure everywhere else. And I make it work for me, but how long can I keep that up? You know, it'll catch up to me if I don't intervene now while I'm still young. I'll make that a priority this year to put sleep over progress when necessary. Travel would be really nice. That's one that's come up a bit. I do want to travel a lot more in general. But how much can I travel this year? This year could be a year of travel. I could set a goal of traveling like maybe 3 or 4 times. Just travel once per season. Yeah, visit new places, see new people. You know what? I think I will do travel. as the last resolution. Because here's why. Travel can connect with a number of these. Sleeping more consistently here exists as a way to improve my work-life balance. If I set a priority to sleep normally, I will work a little bit less in a 24-hour period, which is very reasonable and healthy. You know, improving Japanese, that is so that I can do cool stuff when I'm in Japan, interact with cool people more. So traveling to Japan could be a way to improve that. I learn best by immersion rather than academic study, personally. I learn a lot more when I listen to other people and when I have to talk to other people with what tools I already have. So that could connect as well. I don't know about covers over karaoke, but I also don't know about watching movies. But travel kind of functions as a soft break. Even if I'm streaming when I'm traveling, even if I'm arranging something like an off collab, it also has like there's a form of a break in it. So that could also address the work-life balance issues that I've had the last few years. That could be nice. Yeah, and I can watch movies on the plane. You see how it connects? Oh my gosh, I could watch movies on the plane. Yeah, it connects perfectly. It rounds out the list so well. I think I'm gonna travel. Here, I'll write it as travel more. And I think I'll commit to these 5 things. See, these are pretty big things, all things considered. Committing to one of these would be a lot, but I will do my very best. And I'll rank them in this order of priority. My 2 big priorities will be to sleep consistently and to put an active effort in learning Japanese. A bit more of an active effort. I have been studying casually from time to time, and I have been actively trying to listen to more Japanese the last 6 months-ish. I want to say 5-ish months. But I want to put a more active effort. Maybe it's time to actually like get into Anki and forming like an Anki deck. Maybe I could pick up a couple other sources. Gotta lock in. In fact, hold on. Boom. Greater than or equal to karaoke. Rather than necessarily greater than. Greater than or equal to is probably more sustainable. So as I need to prioritize covers either as much as karaoke or more than karaoke this year is my goal. I'll try to watch more films in my downtime. This could also be a way to address the work-life balance issues. Okay, here's the strategy. I watch a Japanese movie on a plane on my way to Japan. I take a nap like on the second half of the flight, and then when I arrive, I do a full cover of the theme song. That way we can do everything. We can hit all 5 if I do it that way. I take a flight to Japan. I watch a Japanese movie on the way there. I sleep the rest of the way. And then I do a cover of the theme song. That's a good idea. I've spoken these publicly, so you know what my goals for this year are. So if I flop, you'll know. And that's embarrassing. So I have to try, you know, I have to give it an honest effort. And I've already accepted that I might not achieve all of these. I might not achieve any of them, but I will at least be able to say that I did my best. And I think your best effort is always enough. I think these are big goals, but they're still realistic. I could attain all of these. I could hypothetically achieve every single one in flying colors. How about you, though? Do you have any resolutions? Do you have any ideas? What do you want to achieve this year? What's your biggest resolution for this year? What do you want to accomplish?